Ready or not, it's time for another adventure, or 5, in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Today, our mission is to tackle the entire Investigate the Thyphlo Ruins side quest line, which includes the Investigate the Thyphlo Ruins, the Owl Protected by Dragons, the Corridor Between Two Dragons, the Long Dragon, and last but not least, the 6 Dragons, over in Thyphlo Ruins. Alright boys and girls, strap yourselves in and let's crash this big ol' party. This quest line kicks off, like I said, in Thyphlo Ruins, north of Great Hyrule Forest. The fastest way to get there is via the Thyphlo Ruins Skyview Tower. From the tower, in the southeast corner, you will find a guy named Kazoo hollering and waving you over. Hello, my brother in research. I was waiting for you. Oh, you were you? So you're a creep? Is that what you're saying to me right now? That's right. I'm the one who discovered those big ruins way out here, but I wasn't able to make much progress investigating them. I'm the only Hylian in this. Alas, this is not a one Hylian job. That's why I wrote to the Zonai survey team asking them to dispatch a researcher to assist me. And here you are, practically right after I sent my letter. Great response time! Then, Link sets him straight. What? You're not a Zonai survey team researcher. You're just some guy? Yep, just some rando guy off the street that no one's ever heard of, just wandered in here. I see. So few people come through here, I assumed you had to be the assistant I asked for. My mistake. After all the trouble I've gone to, they can't send me one assistant to help with my monolith research. Now Link's intrigued. He asked, monolith research? Oops, did you hear that? Sure did, since I can hear fine and you're speaking out loud. Sorry, scrub that from your brain. It's not meant to be public knowledge. Too late now, pal. If you were from the Zonai survey team, I could tell you all about what I've discovered so far. But you're not, so rude, but you know, Link's persistent, so tell him, let me help. I appreciate the offer, but that's really not allowed. Then again, though he may not be a researcher, he does have the look of an adventurer about him. Maybe his expertise will get things back on track. Guess that's all you need, just to look like an adventurer. You know what? You're hired. For this project alone, I'm appointing you as my research assistant. Come on, let's find out what secrets these ruins are hiding. Well then, we can dive right in. I'll start by showing you what my research has uncovered so far. Then he busts out 4 big ol' monoliths. Take a look. I think you'll be pretty surprised by this discovery. And that activates Investigate the Thyphlo Ruins side quest. Which, by the way, to complete, you will need to complete all the other side quests that are part of this quest line. So to do that, let's go and activate all of them first. So the first monolith reads, display the power of the Sage of Wind to the owl protected by many dragons. And this is a big clue. It not only tells you where you need to go, but it tells you what you need to do and who you need to do it with. And since this one is the Sage of Wind, we're going to need Tulin for this. So in order to complete this side quest, you will need to complete the Wind Temple, and I will have that linked below. I just want to say that having all of the avatars right now is going to make this way easier and faster. This is the most efficient way to do this, especially with the route that I have paved out. It's going to save you a lot of backtracking. But I will chapter this for those who don't. Anyway. Hey, are you surprised? Yeah? Wow. Right. The Zonai were an ancient civilization with their own systems of writing. Almost no one living today can read Zonai script. But you can read the inscription on that monolith, right? That's because it's written in Hyrulean. Though those ruins appear to be Zonai in origin, they featured text written in modern Hyrulean. How can that be? Who built these ruins and for what purpose? This is just a possibility, but the monoliths that were found might be pointing to a spot somewhere in the ruins. You and me, we're going to get to the bottom of this. I need you to find that spot. There we might find yet another monolith that tells us where these ruins were built. It's just a hunch, but it's also your boss's hunch, so... You know, I don't really like his attitude, but okay. That activates the Owl Protected by Dragons side quest. Okay, let's move on to the second monolith. This monolith reads, display the power of the Sage of Fire to blaze through the space between 2 dragons from head to tail. The Sage of Fire being Yonobo, so you will need to complete the Fire Temple in order to do this side quest, and again, I will have that linked below. 2 dragons. That description reminds me of something I saw when I first arrived at these ruins. And that activates the Corridor Between Two Dragons side quest. Now, it's time for the third monolith. This one reads, Display the power of the Sage of Water in the presence of 6 dragons. And the Sage of Water being none other than Prince Sidon. So you will need the Water Temple completed before you can do this side quest. And just like the others, I will have this link down below in the description as well. There was a small ring of dragon head statue somewhere, wasn't there? Ominous place. Where was that again? Very reassuring. And that activates the 6 dragon side quest. Now it's time for the last monolith. The last one reads, display the power of the Sage of Lightning at the end of the long dragon that protects the Mountain of Death. The Sage of Lightning being Riju. So you will need the Lightning Temple completed in order to do this quest. And of course, as always, you will find that link below. There are a lot of dragon statues, but we're looking for one with a long body, sounds like. And what's with the Mountain of Death part? That sounds troubling. Yeah, not ominous at all. And that activates the long dragon. And now, as I said earlier, I have a fast route to knock out all of these if you have all 4 avatars. But I will also chapter it if you don't. So let's start out by going to the northeast corner. We're going to start by making our way towards the tower. Then we're going to go towards the left of it. But I do want to stop real quick and show you my map so that way you can mark these down so that it's easier for you as well. Because I did mark all of the spots that we're going to stop at and the order that we're going to be stopping at them in, because that actually makes a difference in how fast this goes. So first, in the northwest corner, we're going to take care of the 6 dragons first, aka Sidon. Then at the ruins entrance is the corridor between 2 dragons, aka Yonobo. Then we'll meet back at the Skyview Tower. Then we'll head south and take care of the owl protected by many dragons, aka Tulin. Then, to the east, we've got the start of the Long Dragon and the end of it, and that's for Riju. Then we have the completion for the Investigate the Thyphlo Ruins. And if you want a screenshot of this, now is a good time to do that. I'll leave it up for a second longer for you. Okay, so back to the game. Let's keep heading northwest so that we can cut through these pillars and head back to that corner. Alright, once you're back in the corner, you'll see a little pond of tar. And then you'll see the 6 dragons. And there they are. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's 6. We're counting and we are good at math. Alright, let's make sure that we get Sidon out and active. And for this, we're actually going to need a weapon. So now what we want to do is activate Sidon's ability. And then hold down Y for a few seconds and then release it to use the charge attack. And then that raises the structure right out of the ground and reveals our hidden chest. So now we've just got to make our way over there. And now all we've got to do is open up that bad boy to reveal our opal times 5. Put that in your pocket because that completes the 6 dragons. Easy peasy, right? Alright, now we can keep going south from here just a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and get Yonobo out because that's who's up next. But we are just making our way here to the entrance. It's not very far at all from where we're at. And I'm going to show you right here on the map where we are. And then you can see here's the 2 dragons, here's the corridor, and just taking a look around, you can see this is the entrance, just so you can see where I'm at. Alright, so now we need to activate Yonobo's ability, and then line him up in this corridor, and then send him off. And naturally, mine didn't work the first time, and that's really not an uncommon thing. So all we've got to do is just try again. Now, I'm going to get just a smidge closer and try to line them up just a little bit straighter, and boom, there we go. Now the structure rises right out of the ground just like the other one did and reveals our hidden chest. So now we've just got to make our way over there. Then all we've got to do is open up that chest to claim our riddle ruby times 3. Put those in your pocket because that completes the corridor between 2 dragons. Alright, now it is time to meet back at the Skyview Tower. So all we gotta do is get around this thing and climb back over. And I went ahead and grabbed Toolin out because that's who's up next. So from the tower, we're gonna head south. And this one's really close, and I'm not kidding when I say really close. It's right here. All right, let me show you on the map so you can see just how close we actually are. And you can see all the dragons here, and you can see the owl being protected by all of them. Isn't that nice? So let's hop down and go stand on the platform. Then all you gotta do is find Toolin, which he's never around. There he is. And then you can activate his ability and then just blow some air at the owl. And this brings that structure right out of the ground below you. Now all you gotta do is hop down and go inside. Now just open up that chest to claim your very own sapphire times 3. Put that in your pocket because that completes the owl protected by dragons. Alright, let's get Riju out here because she is up last but not least. And now I'm gonna head around this structure and I'm gonna go south and then I'm gonna head east. And that's going to take me to the head of the long dragon. Nope, not that head. Keep going. Keep going east. Yep, that's the one. Alright, let me show you on the map so that we're all at the right dragon head. Because there are a lot of them lying around here. You want to be in the very, very southeast corner. Alright, now all we have to do is follow this dragon's body and it'll lead us to the very end of the tail. And you can stop for that Korok, but he's probably just going to send you the wrong way. It's a whole thing. Just mark it and come back later. Koroks are literally just ADHD enablers. They just distract you, send you the wrong way, and now you're just completely not even where you need to be, so just ignore them, okay? Okay, so when you reach the end, go to the platform and try to find Riju and activate her ability. And once that gold reaches the end of the tail, grab out your bow and shoot it. That's all you gotta do is just shoot the very end of the tail. And that will lift that structure that you're standing on just like the last ones. Then just hop down and go inside. Then just open up that bad boy to claim our topaz times 3. Put that in your pocket because that completes the long dragon. But we aren't completely done yet. Yep, we got one more giant structure rising out of the ground because we still have one more quest to finish. The main quest line, investigate the Thyphlo Ruins. Luckily, this spot is just right around the corner. So just head out in a half circle and go northwest, and you'll find this giant structure. And I'll show you on the map one more time just to make sure that you know where we're at. We're literally right behind the Skyview Tower. Like, you can literally see it from right here, just in case you're confused. Alright, so let's head down the stairs and you'll see the monolith. But before you go to that, dip to the right and open up that chest. And you'll be the proud owner of a dust claymore. A slender claymore thought to have been handed down to the kingdom of Hyrule ages ago. The blade shines with a holy luster. Put that in your pocket and head over to that monolith and examine it. Hello, are you there? So this is what was hiding for us beneath the ruins? Wait, you found another monolith? If it was hidden away down here, there's almost certainly something important written upon it. Oh, my heart is pounding. Shall we read it? Dare we? We do! Here, allow me. A monument to loyalty. Hyrule owes its peace today to the gift that King Rauru gave unto us in his noble feat of imprisoning the Demon King. Wait, King Hyrule imprisoning the Demon King? Hyrule is named in the legend as the first king of Hyrule, and his mention of the imprisoning the Demon King, this monolith is no doubt a chronicle of his imprisoning war. My heart won't stop pounding. Let's read on. The great battle ended with a seal, began with support from the sages, each of whom bore a shining secret stone. Among these were 4 Hyrulean loyal warriors, all who hastened to King Hyrule's aid as the oath demanded. They are the pride of the peoples of Hyrule. This stone monument is dedicated to the loyalty that will echo through time. I see. In other words, this ruin is dedicated to the sages who fought with Hyrule, the first king of Hyrule, and it was built by Hyruleans afterward. That explains why there was Hyrulean text on the monoliths we found. What a discovery! I am astonished to have found a profound secret hidden in these long-buried ruins, so full of mystery. I'll stay here for now and analyze what's written on these monoliths. Once my heart rate returns to normal, I'll swing by the survey team base in Kakariko and turn my findings into a book. Because there's always a book. I can't wait to see the look on their stupid faces. Mwahaha! Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, whoops. I completely forgot to give you your reward. I could have never solved this mystery of the ruins without you, my assistant. You have my thanks. And he rewards you with large Zona charge. And then he gives you big battery. Oh, and this too as a bonus. And he gives you a diamond. Because apparently we're getting paid well for this one. If you came all this way just to see some ruins, you must be almost as fanatical about Zona history as I am. So please, enjoy these Zona artifacts I discovered. Mementos to remind you of our time working together. Now fear not, since I'll be sticking around for a while, you can come back if you ever feel like you'd like to talk ruins and relics. I think we're good, but thanks. In the meantime, happy trails. Goodbye, my trusty assistant. Yeah, I thought it was a one-time deal, but he's still calling us assistant. And that finally completes the Investigate the Thyphlo Ruins side quest line. And if you're stuck or need help with any part of these quests or any other video, feel free to reach out right here in the comments on Instagram, Facebook, or on Discord. I am always happy to help. Huge thanks to my Patreon supporters. Your support means the world. And if you'd like to join in and get some extra goodies, check out my Ko-fi or Patreon pages. And if this walkthrough helped you out, give that like button a little tap, hit subscribe for more gaming goodness, and spread the word to your fellow adventurers. Got any questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments below. I am all ears. Until next time, this is KKJinxx, over and out.